Good evening, brothers and sisters. It's a pleasure to be here and to be discussing knowledge that we need to help us survive. And this is the month of Ramadan. You've found me in my Salat garb. And brothers and sisters, this day that we're dealing with, we need to be fasting. In this day, we need to be fasting because we have so much happening to us. There's so much going on that we can hardly see which way to turn. That much is going on. And so we have a job to do. We have a job to do. And you shouldn't find it strange. You shouldn't find it strange that we are in a time period like never before. There's so much killing. There's so much recklessness. There's so much self-hate.
Hello, Moto.
We have all these things happening to us in the Black community. These things that we've learned in bondage, how to attack one another. This is not what the way it was in the beginning in Africa. This is not the way it was. But nonetheless, we find ourselves dealing with these things, brothers and sisters. And we deal with them because we've turned away from God. It's very simple. We turned away from his law. We've turned away from his way. We have turned away from God. We've got to get back on God's side. We're going to talk about this stuff concerning Puffy and all of that. We're going to dedicate some time to it, but I want to stay on schedule because I know that that's a distraction. And here's the thing. The fact of it is that Puffy belongs to the federal government anyway. And if you think that he doesn't, well, you're out of your mind. He belongs to the federal government. He's one of theirs. He's one of theirs. So they will hang theirs out to dry, or they'll attack him to get other people. But there's something up. Something is up. And usually what you see or what you hear isn't half of what you see. And usually half of what you see isn't all of what you hear. So there's an illusion going on in front of us, a major distraction because something is coming down the pipe. Did you know, and I want to tell you this for those of you that may not know, that Iran and China, I think, and Russia is turning away the American dollar, literally turning it away. And see, you have to understand what's going on, brothers and sisters. Don't be so foolish and so ignorant to be caught up in all that other stuff. We know that Puffy is no good. He's no good for the Black community. I'll say it. We know it in a long time. They're not just learning that. They're not just learning that, learning about the death of Tupac and Puffy's involvement. He's a federal agent. See? So that's the thing. You may not know. You yourself may not know. But we know. We know exactly what he is. We've been knowing what he is. You have agents inside of the Black community that have been operating in their community the entire time. These are the agents that kill the anointed ones. These are the agents that kill the anointed ones. The anointed ones are the ones that God has set aside, that God has inspired, that God has initiated to do his will and to reach his people. You have to know that. And my desire and my prayer, is that your mind will be open, that you'll be able to see the tricks, the trials and the tribulations of the devil and what he put you in, what he put in front of you to keep you blinded from how close you are to liberation. You're very close. You're so very close to liberation, brothers and sisters. You are so very close to liberation, but you have to be wise. You got to be wise. You have to be. Because your freedom is just around the corner. Your freedom. But they'll keep you distracted. They'll keep you distracted. This is not, them killing our leaders is nothing new. It's nothing new. Them killing our leaders. It's nothing new. Leaders of high degree, right? Even there are those that are anointed among devils. There are those that are anointed among white devils that have died to death too, because God is in control of all things. He is. He's in control of all things. I'm just trying to let you know that there's a war going on, a spiritual war, a religious war, and a war of consciousness, right? Psychological warfare that is going on. I just want you to know. Because if you know that, you can figure it all out. You can figure it out if you know it. Puffy's never been with us anyway. He's an abomination to the black race. An abomination. What we should be paying attention to is the algorithm and the formula of assassination and how our people are being used. We should be paying attention to this. We should be paying attention to this. Brother and sister, it's high time now for you and I. You and I have to be intelligent. We have to become intellectually mature. Intellectually mature. We have to. We have to look at this life with a sensitive eye so we can see exactly what's going on. There's a lot going on around us, but see, you close your eyes to what's going on because you have no understanding. You have no understanding because you ask not, right? God has given you the wisdom and the power, giving you the understanding, but you don't ask for understanding. He set before you a curse and a blessing, and you choose a curse each time, right? For you desire money, you desire fame, you desire glory. And you desire those things, lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, depravity of life. You desire those things, Satan will give it to you. The devil will give it to you. You know who the devil is. You already know who it is. And his doom is nigh, or his doom is near. See? And he knows it. God has already written the plan and the result of Satan. God has. And his destruction is near. And you being the people of God, your focus should be to stay near to God, to stay on God's side. That should be your focus. But instead of that, you wondering what the white man is doing. You want to do everything the white man is doing. The invader that came to your land, that came out of the caves, that took your life, took your history, took your spirituality, took your religion, took your sociology, psychology, your mental acuity, took your behavioral acuity, all of this. Because you're the one that made him less primal. So you took your eyes off God, who is you, and the lineage of God, which is you, and began to worship everything else that had nothing to do with you. And you know, it's sad. It really is. My heart goes out. My heart goes out because I already know. Like you should know, the end thereof is destruction. You don't get it that the more secure you are, the more agitated the white man is. And he knows what's going on. You don't know what's going on because you're taking your eyes off God. So you don't know what's going on. But he knows what's going on. He knows that God is turning this world over to you. And he's speaking to you in his consciousness, through his consciousness. He's speaking to you. But you don't have the mind to listen. I mean, he has literally been killing our leaders in front of us, using us to do it, and you are still blind. You are still blind. You busy talking about, and this man is watching the U.S. dollar fall. He's losing power, and he knows when he loses so much power, he's going to lose control of you. And instead of you organizing, you're doing everything else. Everything else. It's amazing to me. So amazing to me how easily you are tricked by your oppressor. I mean, it is amazing to me. And there's some people you wish you could save. You won't be able to save them because they don't get it. Some don't get it. Then you got those that are too ignorant, right? Because the parents was ignorant. Well, I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest. There's no sense in you getting angry with me. No sense in you getting angry with me. I'm being honest with you. Many of the parents were too ignorant to pay attention to what was going on. They wouldn't do it. They'll sell their children out and sell everybody else out for a little gain, just a little gain of money, a little gain of what's interpreted as power. If the parent is an idiot, then the child is going to be an idiot. If the parent is a fool, the child is a fool. Is that right or wrong? If whatever the parent does, the child will be a recipient of that behavior. You have to understand that. And what we should be concentrating on is how we're being infiltrated and invaded and manipulated into attacking one another. Instead of the white man allowing you to see exactly what's going on, he controls the media. They control it. So he got you trapped with this media, got you trapped with social media, news, and all of that. Whatever you put in front of you, you'll look at it. Instead of you saying exactly what's going on. Your deliverance is nigh, and God needs you to be the instrument of your deliverance. See? You concentrate on Puffy. Oh, I know he's bad for the black community. He's horrible. He's horrible. He's horrible. But the problem is that you're concentrating on him. And that's a mistake. That's a mistake. It's a great mistake. Great mistake. You should be concentrating on organizing your community, building your community up, and all these things. This is what you should be concentrating on. You shouldn't be worried about anything else. You really shouldn't. You shouldn't be worried about anything else. But since the white man have you in his grasp, he's got you in his grasp, brothers and sisters. So you don't understand anything else going on. You won't even build up your own community. There are some nuts, and it's what they are, still marching in communities, trying to protest killing and all of that. Literally. And here's the crazy thing is that police have cameras now. So there's no excuse for the American government to not penalize a police for killing someone or racial harassment or anything like that. They have the cameras. This is what we fought for. So now it's time to move beyond that and start concentrating on your community. Build up your education centers. Build up STEM, research, science, technology, education, economics, and mathematics. We've got to build these things up. Engineering. We got to build these things up in the black community. We got to build these things up in the black community. There's a need, a heavy need for us to have our own things in place so that when the bottom drop out of this place, we're able to operate. And when the bottom drop out of this place, you're going to find that you're going to have to run a state just like you run a country. That's what's going on. America is losing power and they're distracting you, constantly distracting you. Don't you have enough? I mean, you should know that anytime a black man is a billionaire, right? Because you would have a few, but you have too many black billionaires now. They have too much will over money. There are too many tax laws put in place, right, for America to be able to reap from the fruit of those who have learned how to be successful in business. $100 10 years ago would have been a little money. 20 years ago would have been decent money, right, to earn in a day. 30 years and 40 years ago would have been pretty good money. For $100 a day would have been good money. But today, because the American dollar has dropped, it's not a lot of money. And here's the thing. The other nations are looking at America as a hypocrite because of the way it treats its people. They're looking at it as a hypocrite. And they know that the holy people, those that have the ability to lead others around the planet, and Israel knows it too, are the black brothers and sisters in America, from the oldest to the least. The white man knows your power in religion and spirituality, right? So he blocks it and give you a narrative for you to follow. And it's crazy. Give me the old time church. I've seen preachers walking in the pulpit, black brothers. He even got hardly nothing covering his body. Won't even wear a tie. Following that man. I had an ignorant, foolish, stupid Uncle Tom, foot dancer, fiddler type of Negro that called himself a preacher that told me that he's not going to wear ties in the pulpit anymore because the white preachers are not doing it. Why? You're out of your mind. Is the tie significant? Not so much. But the fact that you're willing to follow a beast that has no respect or deep feeling or discernment or concentration for the one who is known as God or the universal leader who to lead and guide you between all right and wrong. You will follow the same devils that's putting you in bondage. See? Same ones putting you in bondage. Brothers and sisters, you got to wake up and you got to learn better. You got to learn better. Excuse me. You got to learn better than what you're doing. And you got to do better than what you're learning. God is not pleased with us and the way we've been behaving. God is not pleased with that. He's not pleased. Now that the foundation is set, I want to get us back, because I know a lot of us are locked in on this P. Diddy thing. I want to get us back to understand what is taking place. We have to understand what's taking place. What has been taking place, that the devil is killing the anointed people of God and distracting you with all other mysteries. Did you know white Jesus is a distraction? White Jesus is a distraction. Two things I know. White Jesus is a distraction, and Judas comes from the black community. And white Jesus and Judas are friends. Now, black Jesus and Judas are not friends, right? Black Jesus and white Jesus are enemies, right? Because the black Jesus see the white Jesus oppress his people. I hope you understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters. I really pray, I hope that you understand, because if you can get this message, just this one message, if you could get this message, I know that you're going to be all right. I know it. I won't worry about you. Right? Because of what you see as the foundation of America and how it was started, you should have enough sense to understand what's going on and what enemy you're dealing with and how this enemy can distract you You should have enough intelligence to understand that. And I challenge the intelligence of our brothers and sisters today. I mean, you got more than I can shake a stick at that are naked on the internet. Now they got brothers that are naked on the internet. We've got to do better, brothers and sisters. We have got to do better. I mean, literally, the old folks used to say you got on there and showed your ass. But literally, some people are on the internet now showing their ass and other genitals. Yes. Amazing. Place for the transvestite, the everybody, the homosexual, the heterosexual, all of them. And everything's for sale and up for grabs. We've got to do better. We got to do better. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one out here crying in this wilderness, brothers and sisters. I know that's not true, because I know there are other people that are crying in the wilderness, and I've seen others crying in the wilderness, but sometimes it's so lonely telling our people what they need to do. You will follow anyone. You will follow any devil. You will follow them anywhere straight into the belly of hell. And your brothers and sisters could be sacrificing their life to put the truth out, and you will literally work against them. Work against God and help the devil. That's how messed up you are. I have to say it. I've got to. Can't get on here being nice all the time. I got to let you know. Stop following Satan. Stop following the spirit of Satan. Stop following the devil. Stop killing our prophets, our ministers. Come out of the black community. Our leaders get killed at such a rate now until you don't even care. You become desensitized. Oh, yes, you have. You become desensitized. You don't even care. So we got a good subject tonight, and I want you to certainly participate because the subject is good. Also, don't forget, I'm going to tell you, we have schooling. We have schooling, Prince Imhotep University. We have schooling, and we want you to know you get accredited training, certification in African-centered herbal science and medicine. So hopefully you'll want to do something for yourself. Brothers and sisters, you're not conscious if you go into the devilish stores and buying all of those products. You're not conscious if you're not eating healthy. You're not. And I'm going to just tell you, you're not eating healthy, you're not conscious. And you should concentrate on it, and it does take time. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm just asking you to preserve your body, because we're going to need you. We're going to need you. Someone said, what are we going to need you for? If you don't have enough sense to know what we're going to need you for, then that's on you. That's on you. And just understand, we have African-centered psychiatry and medicine, right? So you don't have to take things that are dangerous, right? This is approved by the FDA, right? We have to be organized, because we already know that they'll come against us. They'll come against us. So this is approved by the FDA. You can get herbal medicine to help you. And this we create from the plant ourselves. You can get these things to help you. If you, not only that, but in the school and also in the communities, we have brothers and sisters, liaisons that are working in this. If you hurt your arm or dislocate your arm, or you break your arm, we can reset those things. That's the positive stuff. You don't have to worry about going out of your community to get help. If we can train you within your community, then you'll be able to help your people. And that's the thing that I want to tell you. You've got to, brothers and sisters, listen. You've got to prepare for tomorrow. Stop looking at today. you got to prepare for tomorrow. As God, Allah is my witness, the bottom is about to drop out and you have to be ready. When the enemy overcome these shores, God has already showed me. The enemy is, in America, don't know it because they have made a mockery of God. America has made a mockery of God. And they kill its people. All of those that hallowed by God, this country kills the prophets of God. They make a mockery of religion, a mockery of spirituality. But so that a man soweth, that shall they also reap. And this country, God showed me in a vision that America is going to be taken over. And we've got to be ready. Noah was in the ark. He was building the ark, right? When people told him it was crazy. Is that right or wrong? I'm about to put in practice and product so you can get that too. He told him, he says, it's going to rain. And you know how we do. You can warn us. We can see it on the horizon. We'll feel that we can get ready. Right? Listening to the enemy. This is nothing new. In our previous lives, we've been dealing with the same devil, the same demons, and the same satanic spirit ever since God put us here to lord this earth. Because that's your job, is to take care of this earth. That's why only you can truly preach this gospel. You have to understand that. You have to understand that. But Noah told our people how many years that it was going to rain. Told our people. They weren't listening. They weren't listening. It's going to rain, brothers and sisters. It is going to rain, right? And it's going to be a different kind of rain. This time we're talking about REI, or rather RIEGHN, right? A rain is coming, and you will be a part of that. You will be a part of that, but you got to get ready, and you got to get righteous. You got to get ready, you got to get righteous. Right now, we have to be in an area to forgive one another right now. Right now. If there's anything, any ought that you have against your sister or your brother, you have to be ready to forgive right now. Right now, to get that thing together. See, one thing the devil can't control is time. He can't control time. He can try to control everything else but time. He can't do it. He can make you feel like he's doing it, but he can't do it. Proof of which, when you came here, you and I, our ancestors, right, that were in these lands, and some of our ancestors brought from our other lands, brought over here, they put us in chains. They put us on reservations, put us in plantations. Is that right or wrong? Killed many of us and all of that, right? We were in bondage, physical bondage. Now, we're still in physical bondage today, but it's not the way that the white man will have us. See, little by little, God is delivering us. Little by little, he's delivering us. Little by little. Chains will come off. Now your chains on your mind is coming off. Right? And you're embracing your religion. You're embracing your spirituality. You have to understand that. I know what's going on. All praises be to God alive. I know what's going on. And God wants the black. You think you're Christian, you're not. But I'll say it for the sake of the white man. You belong to God. You're people of God. And you have to say that we are people of God. We don't need no religion to organize us. God has organized us. He is our leader. He's the one that reigns. He's got to open up your eyes. And if you open up your eyes, you'll see it. But it'll never happen if you don't open up your eyes. Brothers and sisters, I got on here and hadn't even talked about the subject. We want to talk about assassination. We've been talking about it before. And you know that we talked about Huey P. Newton being killed. Now we talk about Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Talk about Minister Dr. Khalid Muhammad, who Dr. Muhammad and the new Black Panther Party when he's taking it over. Right? We talk about Aaron Michaels, who was an agent. Talk about the death of Huey P. Newton. Talk about the barbecue man, Bobby Seale. He's an agent. I don't care who tell him. Yeah, he's an agent. He's an agent. Useless. That's what they do. They kill the real people and leave the agents around. See, he hadn't did anything with the Black Panther Party. We still need the Black Panther Party. But he hadn't did anything with it, right? So you still got the Black Panther Party around, and there's still people in the Black Panther Party doing the work that have merged with the new Black Panther Party. But anytime you got some old coon telling you that you don't need other black revolutionary groups to better the community, why, he's out of his mind. We need all the black people working in our community that we can find. Khalid Muhammad, after Farrakhan, had forced them out of the Nation of Islam because he was forced out, irregardless of what you hear, and had nothing to do with King College. Had nothing to do with King College. I'm so sick of that lie going around that I don't know what to do. But that's the white man's organized and calculated lie. Same way the white man was the one that calculated the lie about Minister Malcolm speaking against the president. Had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. But he was a threat to this government and for which it stands. Khalid Muhammad was a threat for the government for which it stands, and they had to assassinate him too, but they can't assassinate us without using one of us. They have to have one of us to do it, to do the job. They can't distort us unless they use one of us. Rape us. They can't do it unless they use one of us. They can't financially manipulate us unless they use one of us. Psychologically manipulate us unless they use one of us. They've got to have somebody to play the Judas. You got to understand this. You have to understand this. Brothers and sisters, it's time for us to wake up. We've got to wake up. We've got to wake up. We've got to follow God. We've got to get on God's side. We've got to start doing better. Stop doing the will. Stop doing the evil of the white man for the white man. We've got so much we have to do. So much we have to do in such a short time to get ready for what God has for us. And that's our salvation. I'm not going to keep you any longer than this. Brothers and sisters, I want to thank you. If I didn't say it in the beginning, and this was cut so very short, that we didn't even get a chance to do our introduction song or even our interlude. But I'm thankful that we have, and God will show you what to do. God will show you what to do. God will make a way. God will literally make a way for you to do his will. Brothers and sisters, it's not the amount of people that you have. You have to understand that. It's not the amount of people that you have, but can you get those few people that you need? Can you get those few people that you need to do your task, to fulfill that task for God? Can you get those few people to do the task that you need to do in your community to make sure your community is ready and able to receive what God has given us? Oh, how good and pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. We've got to learn to appreciate one another. We've got to learn to get together. We have to learn that. That's what we got to learn. God has shown us the way, but we got to be obedient. We got to be obedient. What will it take, brothers and sisters? I mean, we are our own worst enemy because we won't be aggressive about the problems in our community. If we would take the people in our community and organize them, guess what? We would not need neither you nor me would not need a police. We would not need the judicial system or anything like that. If we would organize, our community, we wouldn't need any penal system. Africa didn't have a penal system. They had an honor code. Will you allow God to use you today to bring this about? That's the question. That's the question. It doesn't matter how many people you have. Can you do the task? Because you might as well be obedient to God. Because that man, his plan doesn't involve you. It doesn't involve me. It involves him and his. You and I have got to get a plan. We've got to get a plan that involves us. My desire, my prayer, brothers and sisters, I pray that your minds will be open, that your godly purpose will be revealed unto you, so that you'll be able to get on God's side and get in God's army to be an answer in your community for what's needed. That's my desire, my prayer. I pray that every day for us. I pray it every day for us. It has nothing to do with being against them, us or them. It's always us. It's always us. You should always be concerned about doing the best you can for us. The man is doing the best he can for himself. He don't need your help. He didn't need your help to put you in chains. Huh? Man came down, applied pressure, and did it. He didn't need your help for that. You need to help yourself. The man got you in oppression. How much more help does he need? Brothers and sisters, I love you. If I'm getting on you, I'm complaining, it's only because I love you. I didn't say it in the beginning, I say it now. Peace be unto you. Parents, love your children. Children, love your parents. Children, be obedient to your parents. Parents, don't provoke your children. If you have any aught against your brother or sister, make peace. That's the will of God, that you will make peace. There be peace among the brothers and sisters. I'm saying to you, I love you. If you hate me, don't die, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you.
Things are moving good. Oh, Jack, you will keep your self-respect and your woman and manly pride.